Yeah, sorry about the bad lighting again. I'll try to switch on the lights. Let it help anyway, but I got 3 Peltier devices behind the aluminium heatsink. Through the centre there is a candle, which I'm not using a wick, I'm just putting lighter fluid straight into it. That's the motor, and that's the output voltage from 3 Peltier units, 3.4. I'll load or stop the motor. As you can see, and nice bit of current. So it's running out. It's a tad dangerous. That's going up 4-ish. The output was better earlier when I first put it on because this heatsink was cold. Right now it's warm. 4.24 volts from 3 Peltier units. Not too bad. Yeah, I know, that's a hell of a lot of heat. As for the candle, it's just a normal candle, but I used the wick on it, so I decided to pour paraffin on it, or whatever this stuff is. The wax acts as a moderator, and somewhere for the oil to float, the gas, sorry. And voila! It's actually slowly but surely cooking into that. And it cuts the nick. Yeah, I just wanted to share that just for the fun of it. I've got the washer on the top there to capture the heat when the flame comes out the other side. As you can see, works pretty good. I like the way that the flame sort of does that. That's the output. Yeah, just messing with the Peltiers before they go onto this thermal panel. Okay then guys, see you later. Again, the gas is just running out now. As you can see, the flame is puffing, trying to ignite and go out. As the wax actually, perfect timing. The wax blocks off the gap that develops underneath, so the paraffin can't burn. I keep calling it paraffin, but it's not paraffin, it's something else. As you can see, the rundown. No, that's 1.3, stop it dead. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just over a volt. Yeah, of course loading these will drop the voltage on that, but good thing about it is they're solid state generators, so they'll recover when and where possible. As if you had something like this. Well, normal generator, this is sort of differently built, but obviously it will slow down and it'll have to build up and build up and build up to get back to its point. But with these, quick recovery, well, instant recovery as and when possible. There's no cooling on this out, that's hot. So if there was cooling on that, if I put like ice on the top, right now that would probably jump up to about 2 volts, because these are still red hot. But because they're both red hot, they cancel each other out through heat transfer, which is how it works, and thus you get 3.7 volts. So there's potentially a lot more energy here than what this currently is giving out because the temperature differences are equalizing through the Peltier devices. The ones I've got here is 225 watts, 15 volts, 15 amps input. These are TECs, thermoelectric coolers, so they're more designed for cooling and having power put in them, rather than TEGs, where they're made a bit different and they put out a higher voltage to make it more usable. So, because I've got TECs, these inputs are 15 volts, 15 amps for the thicker wired ones, so the output generally will be fairly alright, something like 128 watts for them, for the 10. They're all solid state, and obviously work on temperature difference, so even if this is, well, 10 degrees or 10 Celsius, I don't know, 10 whatever, 10 something, if this one's minus something, it will equivalent put out a fair amount of power, obviously sapping this, so you'd have to constantly give that heat. Get these on eBay. Well, TECs, but ideally, if you want to make a thermoelectric generator, you want TEGs, where in that case, I have no idea where you get them from, because I couldn't find them myself. Yeah, it's more or less stopped. 3.0 millivolts. So, just one thing I want to cover. This is on the millivolts range, 200 milliamps, sorry. And it's got 30-ish. So close to that. If I put it on the equivalent one, as you can see, 200 millivolts, 28, 200 milliamps. Well, it would have been 28. But in this case, I mean, is it wrong to think maybe if I'm producing 1 volt, I'm actually getting 1 amp, 2 volts, 2 amps? Because on this stage, on the 200 milliamp range, which is the max this thing can go, 200 milliamps equals 200 millivolts equals 200 millivolts equals 200 milliamps as such. It's equivalent. So, because these units are 15 volts in and 15 amps, the equivalent I'll get out, ideally, I think, maybe not. But as for TECs, they return around 5 to 10% of what their rating is. More commonly around 5% odd, but again, because they're solid state, they're pretty good. TEGs will give you back a lot more because they're purpose built for it. And I don't actually know the ratings on those. Yeah, okay. It's just sitting there now at 15 milliamps. As you can see, it's slowed down now. It's almost gaining at some point. That's because the cold air coming in is cooling this, but this remains warmer. Okay then, take care.